All right. My let's just make a beat, man. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just gonna go kind of step by step. I've been doing a bunch of piano stuff, so I think it'll be fun. So we'll just start with our good old grand old keyscape operation up in here. Now I know I'm gonna want an upright piano, so sorry if it takes me a while to respond to chat. You might come in. What's up, E-Dub? How you doing, buddy? Oh man, that was fast. All right. So okay. So I'm just gonna go step by step. Let me know if you can't see anything or hear anything. You should be able to hear it all. I want to make sure. I haven't done this in a really long time, so sorry. Just be a little moment. Nice. Very nice. All right. And then. All right, something close. We'll just start with this first bit. Let's see how that turned out. Let's kind of clean it up a little. I do want it to kind of have that same time. That's going to go a little bit faster, get us kind of where we want to be. And then I think you can see my channel rack over here. I'll try to make it as easy as possible. I'm going to put keyscape. I like to start everything. This is just my organizational. I'll put it on 15. That is. And then we'll kind of see where this best fits. I don't need that very, very low. And then we'll kind of actually, no, I want to kind of, yeah, I do. And then I'm going to add a couple notes at the end because it doesn't have to be super duper perfect here. So, and then go. Yeah, that should probably work. I think I'll add this note back in now. So it'll be like, well, I might put that on a different. Got that all off timing now. Maybe we'll put these on time so it's more. All right. That seems all right to me. I'm just going to keep cloning this piano over and over again. I'm going to move these over because I probably am going to put like a delay on them. So I'm going to put this here back at the end though. And then that way I can kind of manipulate it in different ways as it goes along. So this one's actually going to be on our 16, and then we'll open up this Pro Q because I want to take out like the very, very high because it's just too bright. So I'll do a little low cut. And you can already kind of hear how much it's going to just shape it. So we'll I think this might start a little too late. Maybe we'll put it here where that other note should have started. Maybe that was it. Oh, it's because this needs to be here. Kind of make it tie back together. I wanted to start. Maybe we'll make it. No, I don't like this one. Oh, you know what? And then we're gonna throw a little delay on there. You can see I'm just going to go down to the tape delay, move the time up one. Okay, that way when it comes in, it's gonna like repeat around itself. We'll add some darker notes here after. Oh no, we'll do it first before I get into everything, and then we'll go into 17. And then I'm not gonna like treat it all very much until I'm like really ready. So our first note is D. Right? Maybe we can go lower. And then we're gonna kind of get rid of all the highs in this one, so that way it's all kind of sitting a little different. All right, and then our piano bus is going to end up being on this 14. I'm going to go ahead and name it before I start using it. And then we'll add some more piano that comes in and out as like things go along, but we're just going to clone it again using the exact same piano. We'll put it on 18, and then we'll play. We'll just keep playing notes till we find what we like while it goes along. Or actually, we could do like a high chord here. So. This might be a little too high. We'll see. I kind of like that, all right. So we'll start with that, and then I'm sure I'll adjust it because I'm insane. And then we'll get that a little bit more in time, because once we put the drums in, you'll really notice that it's off time. So. And then we'll EQ kind of that top end out again because we just don't want it to be super duper bright. And then let's save this before I make a huge mistake and don't. All right, let's go ahead and let's get some drums on here just so we know what we're gonna have. Because I cannot handle not having drums. How was work though, P-Dub? I was enjoying these before the other day that we were using. Oh, jeez, that's it right there. Never mind. We'll just do a rough outline of our drums, and then we'll get where we want to go with kind of messing with them later. I just want to have something there to kind of tell me. We'll draw all this in, but I'm just super duper slow today and can't handle the pressure of streaming. Yeah, I bet. I'll get something a little looser. Yeah. Not there. Not there either. Then we'll just kind of, I'm going to make up these hats as I go along because doesn't make too awful lot of a difference to me at the moment because I'm going to come back and fix them all later. Just want them in time. So as I'm like adding notes and stuff, I'm not messing myself up down the road with this piano. Oh man, I am like way off today. I'm feeling the heat. Okay. Yeah. And I like that. I like this loose hat that's up here, so I'm gonna put that back in. A couple more spots. I'll do put at this, and then we'll get the big open hat right before that extra snare. I'm just gonna copy these, so if you just click the note, and it'll do it at the same velocity and stuff. And we'll come back and mess with velocities later. Sorry, it's just gonna distract me if I like have it all going at once. So I'll get it there. No, that's gonna be lower though. And then that'll be where our open hat is. So we'll find that. Okay. I'll probably do the biggest drum pattern first, like just to kind of have. That way, like at the end of this bar, you're just gonna kind of get some. Actually, yeah, no, wait. We'll see. I mean, that came along pretty quick, huh? Let's kind of mess with our drums a little bit more. We'll get them. First thing we're going to do is link that extra kick in there that we've been doing lately. I know P-Dub has seen it a bunch of times. This is just too cool. I think this is. So we take this, we grab this little guy, we put it here, boom, and then link to kick. And then we're going to go in here in this actual instrument itself. If I can remember how to do that, I just went crazy. And we're going to cut some of these noises out so it's not like so bouncy. But I should be able to find my keyboard real quick, and that'll make it way easier on me. So I just keep clicking it over and over. I don't remember where Flexi 3 falls in. There we go. Just gonna make it boom a little bit more. And then I'll come back and mess with all the compression and stuff later. But let's see how those hit together now. Just give it a little extra. And then I know that there is a sweet tambourine on this one. So let's go back to our main kit. And then I wonder if it's down here somewhere. No. I'm actually going to copy these main notes. And then I'm going to figure out where that is. So C8. And then I'm going to bring them all up. And then move them. I'm too dumb. Okay, there we go. And then we'll have kind of this tambo hitting at the same time. We'll see. This is probably going to be way too loud, so we'll just bring them down real quick before. I mean, that's pretty easy. Let's go ahead and slap our Decimort on top of our drums. See how that's sounding. You know, try to get these drums boom bapping here a little bit. All right. Kind of took some of that tambourine out, so it's not as harsh. So I'm kind of feeling that. Yeah, that's nice. Let's start messing with our piano buzz too, because I don't want to get too stuck like behind. I'm gonna take all these off of the master, and I'm gonna route all the pianos into this bus, so I don't have to like keep adding plugins over and over. You know, now that they're all EQ'd separately, I could I'll probably be able to like just throw, except for this dark one, the one where the low notes are. You don't want to throw Decimort on that one. It'll kind of mess it up. Or at least in my experience, it does. So we'll start by doing, well, you know what? Let's just start with tried and true. Let's see how this is going to sound right off the bat. And then that'll kind of get us where we want to be. And let's start here. This beat is just gonna make itself here. I mean, this is just too easy. Alright, beer time, sorry. Sweating. Alright, well, we got that going. Let's, you know, I mean, tried and true. I know we could probably throw some sort of violin on here or something. Hold on, I gotta don't know what I guess we'll use like Mellotron. I feel like using some sort of Mellotron today. And we'll throw this on its own preset. Should probably save because, you know, nobody wants the world to end. And then Alt up, and I can move that one up there. Because I want the drums by themselves. Well, I love the strawberry flutes anyway, so it's cool that it started there. Maybe we'll find something right off the bat. It helps if I like move the thing to where it's supposed to be. Oh, too high. Okay. That seems like it could be acceptable to me. Well, it'll take me a minute to remember. Okay. Okay, we'll try. All right, we'll see. And then get it in time like we were talking about over and over, or else my drums will sound like absolute garbage. But you'll see. Well, hopefully that's not too much. We can always move it back. It's not a big deal. So let's see. All right. The most gangster flute of all time here. Now we'll EQ this bad boy up because we don't need all that on there. We're definitely going to get rid of a lot of the highs, but we'll start with the lows. So we'll low cut. Just kind of get it backed up. Now I'm going to take this RC20 that I put on the piano. I'm going to throw it on here, and let's just see. I'm going to take off the wobble. I'm going to leave the iron. I'm going to get off. I'm going to take the magnet. I'm going to make it so there are no dropouts, and we'll see. I know we got some. Yeah, there's like some weird wooey type stuff. A little bit off center. Everything's a little off kilter a little bit. I don't know why that's so pleasing to me, but it is. So I'll just keep it the way it is. I'm gonna throw Decimort on my first few pianos just to see like if I can get something. I just kind of wanted to have like a little more tape in it, but we'll see. I'm gonna leave it at MPC for now. I just want it a little darker, like with that like fuzz, you know. You know, let's listen to it before and then after. You know, just kind of like getting it. Oh, you like the flute higher? Oh, all right. Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll get it back up there. And then we'll get that. Oh, what's up? How you doing? Nothing. I'm actually gonna copy this RC20. I mean this Decimort onto everything except for the lower note, and just have a little fun with it. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm gonna put it on the flute too and see what happens. And then we'll listen to all these now. And then we'll bring our drums back in and the low note. No, that's just too much being that high. Maybe if I could throw some reverb on it just real quick, and then we'll be able to have it going. Just give it a little more mystery. Dude, all the Decimort. There cannot be enough Decimort, but it just can't be on the one piano is the problem. I mean, Decimort is the jam, dude. Decimort is on everything right now. This is my favorite plugin. I actually don't like it on the flute, though, just because the flute's so high. I'm going to take it off. We're going to have to kind of play around with these volumes now that we've Decimorted everything up. Now I think we're gonna be happier. All right, yeah, that's feeling a little bit better. I mean, we got a loop. I feel like that's a loop. So like sometimes I'll see people that they'll be like, oh, it's got to be 4 bars. But what I like to do is just clone this out. So now I'll have a 4-bar loop, but it's just gonna change. You know, it's gonna be way easier for me to like manipulate as like I'm mixing the whole song together and like arranging and all that. So I already know that I want my drums to change as time goes along, because it's just gonna be boring otherwise. So we'll come in from the first one. And then on this one, I'm not going to have the open hat. And I will end with another one of these drum rolls, because I don't want to... I want it to kind of have some, like a little bit of uniform to it, but still not exactly be the same. So you'll see like how our B drums have already changed. And then we're going to go in here and we'll see if we can manipulate the piano in any way that'll make it super easy and super subtle and just super quick. So we're on Keyscape. Oh, I don't want to start here. This is the worst place to start. We'll start with our main idea that we started with. We'll see. we'll see. We'll leave it as is for now. That way we've got just a little bit of variation. I would like to have, I think I need one more piano in there that kind of like works its way up though. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna happen. All right, one more keyscape, just for good measure. I'm gonna throw it on 20. I wish I would have done this before because now it's gonna mess up my organization, but that's okay. There are definitely ways to fix this, but I'm not smart enough. So we'll get there. So we're at D. I kind of just want something that's like super. Sounds like the shit from Goonies. But I'm definitely gonna use it. No, and I started with the MPC one, whatever the hold on, I'll show you. The MPC 60 is where I started with that one. So I think that's like where it starts in default anyway. All right, let's see if this is gonna work out. And then no. I don't know which note is gonna be no though. Oh, it's already in there. It's one of these notes. Okay, well, let's just slow this guy down. All right, and I'm not going to throw RC20. I mean, I'm not going to throw good old Desmort on this one just to save you guys. I don't know why this sounds so different. Oh, because I'm just a Dumbo. Dude, I know. It's just the greatest. It's one of my favorite plugins of all time. Okay, let's see how this all sounds together. I mean, just our million piano beat. In arrangement, we'll just cut a bunch of stuff out and have it come in and out. I mean, there's. I still don't have it yet. Oh, dude, it is. Oh, it's a beast. I mean, if you want your drums to sound, woo, I don't. It's like instant. I need some. This one really feels like it needs some sort of reverb on it, though, and I know how I kind of want it. No. Nice, yeah. I'm gonna throw this on a different screen real quick while I do something. Ooh. I have to take this off my screen for a moment. Called sample 3 times or something. Oh, I wonder what that is. I have some that are kind of like it, but none of them sound as good as Decimort themselves. I'm just gonna break out that Rickenbauer bass real quick. Maybe if it works, I probably should save before I open this. I've made the classic mistake of not saving before I loaded a new plugin. Just pure stupidity on my part. Come on, you can do it. Here we go. Getting that base. Man, I had one that was called something. They kind of like did. I don't remember. Now I can't think of it. Well, yeah, I have another one that's similar, but nothing sounds quite as good as Decimort. Let's go back down. Let's mess with this a little bit. Whoops. No. That's pretty cool. No, I haven't even heard of it. Okay, that's gonna be close to it. Just bullshit our way through this and hope that it works. We'll fix it after. That's probably just horrible dog shit, but we'll see. We'll try to match it up. Not long enough. I don't like the way any of that shit sounds. But this bass is kind of like finicky, so it doesn't... Oh, wait, hold on. Don't want to show... Oh, well, I mean, I did all right. I just was totally off time and... you know, other than that, it was great. And then it'll be... I think this actually will end up here. No, he's got to start back here. Close enough. I mean, it'll all get fixed later when I'm not feeling quite as lazy. I'm just trying to get some stuff down so we can all see. Temperance Pro. I'm gonna have to write that one down real quick before I forget, though. I have like a list of plugins that I want to like play around with and try. that people talk about. Like, I need to look up this Sensible DS or something else. I don't remember, but I do have a list. Temperance Pro. If I can read my doctor handwriting later, because I'm really bad about that too. All right, I only got half an hour, and then I gotta go give my dog a shot. So that's all we're gonna get. And then here we go on 10. Whoops, don't want to lock that. Sell it, and then we start messing with RQ here, because I'm only gonna take off the top of this. And then I want to throw that saturation knob on here just for fun. See how that ends up going. I don't know why. I feel like I just like the sound of the new saturation knob, or it's not new, but newer one. No clue why. All right, I'll check that one out too. Temperance Pro and Looperator. Looperator sounds fun. I bet that does some cool like Looperator. Yeah, I just want to do one that wasn't samples right now, but Looperators. I don't like that one note here. I just want to. I think it needs to be low. Seems a little bit better to me, but I don't know. I'm ear blind now. I'll have to like get up for a little while and walk away and come back to make sure. But it's a pretty easy little thing we got going so far. I mean, nothing too crazy. I feel like we need like chords or something just to kind of get this feeling better. I don't really know what we're gonna do yet. Maybe we'll just make another keyscape, because why not? I mean, why wouldn't we? You know? Well, we can start with this. I think it's this top. I'm gonna have to change that out. Golly, that is just the worst thing I've ever heard. Oh, that's kind of neat. The Looperator thing sounds awesome. I don't think I'm gonna get these chords to work right now. I'm just too flustered. Don't know how I just fucked that up so bad, but well, we'll just kind of play around with what we got for now, because I'm not gonna add anything else to it, because I do have to get my dog the shot, because you know we don't want her to die. I don't know. I'm feeling all right about this. Yeah, I like those stutters and stuff though. That's cool. That's like a more intense version of Gross Beat than that Looperator. That sounds like just like something I need. Make some cool transitions and stuff with that, I bet. Yeah, all right. Let's just throw like what I would normally do on my drums with that multi-band compressor. See how that's gonna sound. On here, general purpose. We'll start there. And then I'll get a little more in the weeds with how I'm gonna do my drums. I know, it like came together so quick. I'm surprised. Like usually it takes me way longer. So I'm gonna kind of get these hats a little more crispy. I mean, those are pretty crispy. Get this up here. Dude, that snare is like the freaking insane. But I'm pretty happy with this so far. I think I'm gonna kind of leave it as a loop for right now. We could do a little tiny bit of arranging just to see how like that would turn out before I get too crazy and run off and play with my dog here. But I really like to just clone patterns over and over. I don't like to like make whole new things because I feel like that's annoying. And we could just start off with just out the flute, I feel like, and that would just be more than enough for our intro. We're gonna move this bass over. And then we're going to like kind of have the flute come in and out, I feel like. And we'll do a second flute like pattern idea as we're arranging. Maybe. We'll see. We're going to do the first one. We'll do no drums. And then instead of this being open like it is at the end of all these bars, we're going to put a fill right there. So there will be like kind of a build up. I might leave the hats in and the tambo in. We'll see how that sounds at the beginning here. Okay, so I just want to leave those first. So I'm going to take these out. And that out. Nope, I was wrong. Just the tambourine out. So actually, I'm going to take all that out. I was just all wrong. All sorts of wrong. And then one kick. And it's going to be somewhat different because I want to be doom. Yeah, God, that snare is cracking. Made me jump there for a second. Golly, I don't know why I'm struggling. It's pretty funny though. Oh shit. That's why. I was like, man, then why is it not going back into the regular drums? Because I cloned that out twice like a Dumbo. Actually, no. I only want it to happen that once in the entire. I think that, or whenever things come back in and out. So, little arrangement fun. We're gonna take out some more of this piano because I want it to be real thin before. We'll take these out. So it's just. Might be a little bit louder here as we get our fill coming in. I actually like this part that like is so thin. I might use that more as the verse, like this idea with like some drums that aren't quite as dense as these are. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, I see my arrangement already, but that's all I got. Just wanted to show you my piano strategy that I've been using lately, where I just use the same piano a million times and you can just make like almost an entire beat with just piano and drums and a bass and like maybe one or two other instruments. But you know, it's all about like just these weird EQs where you're just making everything sit exactly where it's supposed to sit. And then, you know, just throwing Decimort on everything and anything. So, yeah, man. Hope you guys enjoyed it. That's about all I got. I'm kind of an idiot, but I hope you enjoyed. And now I'm gonna go take care of my dog. So, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.